It's devlog time. Jesus, Mitchie. If you didn't see last video, quick recap. Last time, I explained how I want to get an autonomous drone going from the ground up. By autonomous, I mean I want it to fly by itself and I wanted to track other drones. And perhaps even do my homework. Maybe not. Let's pick up where we left off from last time. So, if you remember, we had 2 drones. Each drone was responsible for going to individual waypoints. I gave it about, I don't know, how many points on a square? 8 waypoints, because one in the corner, and one in the middle, one in the other corner, and so on. But if you remember, when it would go to those waypoints, it was super jerky, and that's not what we want to do. That's a big no. So, instead, I want to do this little thing called velocity. Well, for all you noobs out there, velocity is just a command about, it's like speed, but it's different. It's not quite the same thing as speed. It's velocity has a direction. Velocity commands, you can get it to go any direction you want. Alright, so last video I really didn't go into the code a whole lot, but let's break it down. In the code we have this little handy section here that waits for us to put the drone into offboard mode. Offboard mode being the drone will respond to commands from the code. As soon as I flip the switch to put the drone into offboard mode, the drone will then arm itself and then right here take off. So in the first code I might have done a little whoopsie by making it take off and always go to 111. That's another no-no, because when I do that, if the drone isn't at 111, it just like burns up the motors. Alright, so now the drone's at 111. The next thing we do is we feed in this little matrix right here, and then we parse through it. And that's kind of how the code worked. Really simple. We just publish those points. We parse through the matrix, publish those points, and we just keep doing it, and then we land. Okay, then the second little loop right here, this just publishes each waypoint for about a second or so. Gives it enough time for the drone to get, gives the drone enough time to get there. Is that all you're capable of? Really? Well, you know, I could probably do something way better than that. Oh, I could do something way better than that. Why don't you try a little something like... why don't you try that? That's pretty good code, I would say. Yeah, look at those velocity commands. Yeah, those are nice. That's way better than doing doing anything with waypoints. That's gross. Give that a shot. Oh, holy crap. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. It's glad it worked, bro. Catch you on the other side. Sweet. Alright, so now linear velocity is working. I thought it was time for some math. I want the quad to fly around in a circle, and to do that, I'm going to need to define a few things.
Since we're working in a Cartesian coordinate system, we have to define our x and y values. So, first off, let's define x as the radius times the cosine of theta, and y as the radius times the sine of theta. So here we can define our circle. So as we go around the circle, theta gets larger, and x and y both decrease and increase as we go around. And theta goes from 0 to 2 pi. So we can derive them with respect to time. And then, hence, we can get velocity.
So I want to say that was going to work, but I didn't take into account the amount of time the code needs to sleep. So you see, this little portion right here, I give the code some time to sleep so it publishes at a certain rate. The quadrotor can only handle so many messages a second.
Do it! Just do it! Waiting. Make your dreams come true! Just wake up. Do it! Just do it! Just do it! Just make your dream
In this case, I give it some time to sleep. I denote the time here. It publishes at a rate of 50 Hertz. Now, when I did the original calculation, I didn't take into account how long the loop was sleeping. So when I was publishing, the drone was here, and the velocity commands thought it was here. So it was giving it correct velocity commands, but not at the right point in the circle. So when the quad rotor sleeps, hey buddy, you just go when you feel like it, you understand? Then I updated the code, and now the loop sleeps, and A increases proportional to how long the loop sleeps. And once we did that, Okay, so it did work. It was really hard to see. I got one decent video of it working, and honestly probably wasn't the best. But next time I'll probably get a little better video. But I also found out that getting the drone to fly around in a circle, probably not the easiest thing either. I mean, later on this is going to be super helpful, but at the moment, it definitely needs some improvement. But that does set me up for later cases when I want to do obstacle avoidance. When it's time to do that, I will have a somewhat circular path that I can follow. This makes it really easy for future use. Alright everybody, that was my YouTube video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you around.
Thank you.